As more schools across the country close yet again, new data from California's education department, failing education department, is shining light on learning loss during COVID-19. During the 2020-2021 school year, less than 50% of students met their English language arts requirement, while just over 33% met or exceeded the basic standards for math. Let's bring in Fox News contributor and former education secretary under President Reagan and our friend, Dr. Bill Bennett. Mr. Secretary, thank you so much for being with us this morning, and Happy New Year. It's always great to see you. Those numbers are tragic and, yes, exacerbated by COVID, Mr. Secretary, but we can put up on the screen as well. Those are consistent with scores from other years in California, previous years as well. They're only a little bit worse. So you've got worse scores coming out of California, but they've been consistently bad. Yet they're continuing to push to keep kids either out of school or remotely. What's the impact of this?
Well, the impact of this is lost opportunity. If you break down those numbers, disaggregate those numbers, as we say, for minority children, you'll see that they are much, much worse. And if you can't read successfully by the third grade, your life odds are diminished. Now, we've heard the phrase, just focusing on minority kids for a moment, Black Lives Matter. What about black minds? Do they matter? What about a mind is a terrible thing to waste? What you're seeing is a failing education establishment. And I'm glad to see your discussion this morning. You guys are quite prolix this morning, you know that? And that's good. And you know what that means. And you can, come on, I know you do, Princeton. Anyway, and a lot of the discussion, Pete and others, is that about parents and frustration with what schools are doing or not doing. And you make the very good point that when they were in session in California, they weren't doing much better. It's much like Rachel's point earlier. She looks at the strike in Chicago and says, I'm not sure I want those people teaching my kids. Well, that's right. That restiveness is building all over the country. We saw it in Loudoun County in Virginia. It helped get Glenn Youngkin elected governor big time. And we're seeing it elsewhere. The only thing I would counsel for the discussion is there are things you can do. The Supreme Court has opened the way for much more school choice. You cannot discriminate in the use of public funds against religious schools, for example. That was a finding last year. Last point I'll make, Governor Ducey in Arizona has said, I'm going to provide $7,000 to any parent who's unhappy with the schools to go to another school. Now, that may not cover all the costs, but that'll go some way. Choice is opening up, and smart governors who are willing, and people who vote the right way can take advantage of this in the states. I think we have an opportunity here, and a lot of people are seizing the opportunity. Carpe diem.
I hope you're right, sir. And we only have about 45 seconds, and it's a big question. But when you look at this realm of education, how did and what we've seen crystallized during COVID-19 is a lot of it, the content came into our homes through Zoom calls and all of that. How do we fall so far so fast, where conservatives are so behind the eight ball when it comes to the education of our kids?
One way, Republicans have ceded education to Democrats, and they have for years. They've said, we're interested in taxes and banking and regulations. Education is for the Democrats. We're now seeing what that has meant. But I would ask the President of the United States, who keeps saying country was built on unions, to challenge these unions to do the right thing. It's very clear from the actions of a lot of these unions, their interest is a self-interest, not the interest of children. We have, in the COVID period, we've kind of put children in the back, the end of the line. Let's put them forward again. That is the future, after all.
Amen. Secretary Bill Bennett, thank you so much, as always. We love having you. Happy New Year.
Thanks, Pete. Thanks.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.